Welcome to the Walking Down Main Street podcast. This podcast is sponsored by Coasters and Castles Travel. Coasters and Castles Travel has travel advisors in more than 35 states. We call our travel advisors vacation specialists. Our advisors can have specialties from theme park travel, ocean and river cruises, and all-inclusive resort travel. Our advisors travel frequently to better get to know the destinations our guests would like to travel to and regularly keep up with destination training. Our advisors do not charge a planning fee, so it costs our clients no more to book with us than it would to book direct with the supplier. For more information, go to www.travelcnc.com. That's TRAVELCNC.com. For a no-cost, no-obligation quote. We can also be reached by phone at 844-422-8785. Let me introduce everyone. I am Lynn McElhaney, co-owner of Coasters and Castles Travel. We also have April Botta, co-owner of Coasters and Castles Travel.
Hi, everyone. So excited to be talking travel with you. And then we are also joined by Whitney Maddox. She is a senior vacation specialist with Coasters and Castles Travel.
Hello, friends.
We will be bringing you an episode each week. We will have topics related to Disney destinations, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, cruising, and fun and sun vacations. We love travel and want to share our experiences with you. This is episode number 3. As travel is in a holding period right now, we are embracing the dream now, plan now, travel later concept. Today we're going to be talking about traveling to Walt Disney World for an adults-only trip. We will stick with our prior format of each of us offering 5 items we would like to share, but we will not be ranking them this week. Who knows, maybe we'll have some bonuses. They may be activities we like to do, tips we like to offer, or even a special experience we have had on an adults-only trip. So let's start with you, April. What's your number 1 item you'd like to share?
Okay, so I think one important thing that if you're going adults only, and maybe you're taking a ladies' trip for the weekend, leave the kids at home, go down, have fun with your friends, you definitely need to head to the spa. And there's a Senses Spa at the Grand Floridian as well as Saratoga Springs. You can go get a massage, get a facial, get your nails done, get your hair done. You can even get a makeover. I mean, just go and have fun and relax for a little while before you go play in the parks. You know, get all done up or get dolled out so you can go have fun and go get some adult beverages along the way. There's plenty of places to enjoy, so check out the spa and enjoy and pamper yourself for a while. I think that would be a good tip. All right, Whitney, what is your idea?
Yes, and I just wanted to say that there is also a spa at Coronado Springs, which is one of my favorite moderates. And a lot of people don't know that because it's not a deluxe. And so they don't expect that to be there, but they have a pretty good spa. I've had some people use that and they really liked it. But my top one would be to go eat brunch at the California Grill. This is only on Sundays. I believe it's from 10 to 1 or somewhere in there, and it's definitely something that you don't want to rush through. It's pretty pricey. It's $95 an adult and $56 a child, or 2 credits if you're on the Disney dining plan. But if you have a leisure Sunday morning to go and you're only there with a girlfriend or with your significant other, it's a little cheaper than bringing the whole entire family there. And you really just need to sit back and relax, take your time there. They have bottomless mimosas. They have a sushi bar, which is amazing. And they have one of the best menus. And I am definitely a foodie, so I like good food. And they have one of the best menus I've had at Walt Disney World. You do not only need to choose one item off of the menu either. You're allowed to order as many as you want. So when my girlfriend and I went last year, we each got 2 entrees that sounded good to both of us. And so we kind of just picked it, all 4 of those entrees. And we really were there for hours. We just kind of sat there and took everything. And they have 2 guys that play some music throughout. It's just, they play Disney music, which is really nice. And then if you take your receipt, you can actually go back to watch the fireworks from the observation deck, the Magic Kingdom fireworks at night. So all you have to do is just show them that, and they'll let you up and they'll let you watch from there. And they dim the lights and pipe the music in. And it's just a really awesome experience to be able to do that too.
That's an amazing deal.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a great memory. What about you, Lynn?
Thank you, Whitney. Most of my trips are adult only, so I actually have a lot of experience with this. So one of the tips I like to give my clients is to make a list of things that you've always wanted to do, but never have when you have the kids with you. It could be a signature restaurant, one of the clubs over at Disney Springs, or on the boardwalk, or even a spa appointment. Maybe take advantage of some of the extra activities, maybe going bowling over at Splitsville. I believe it's Splitsville. So that's the type of thing that I would recommend for an adult-only trip. How about you, April? What's your second item?
All right. Well, one point that I want to make is that Disney is a place where you can go and be a little kid. So even if you leave the little kids at home, it's okay to go there and be a big little kid in Disney. You can go and you can ride on Peter Pan if you want to. You can ride on Small World. You can go give Mickey a hug. You can get character autographs. You can have an ice cream on Main Street. It's completely okay. You don't have to feel bad that you don't have the kids with you so you can't do these things. No, if you really want to, you absolutely can. And everyone else is doing it too. So there's plenty of adult specific things that you can do. But if you want to go and have fun, but maybe not have the pressure of having the kids with you, or you don't have kids, go and enjoy yourself and be a big little kid in Disney, and no one's going to judge you. All right, what's your thoughts?
You better believe I ride Peter Pan every single time, whether my kids are with me or not.
Absolutely. I'll ride Winnie the Pooh with my mother while the kids are on the coasters. I love that ride.
Same. I know. You have to do all the things that make you happy, even if you have no little kids with you.
Oh my goodness. Sometimes it's better that way.
Yeah, I agree. As a frequent Disney with my girlfriends person, I would concur with that. Mm-hmm. Of course I have to tell the kids, like, I don't do any of those things though. Mommy's just doing the adult things at Disney. The things you wouldn't like. And they're like, oh, okay. They're okay with me going as long as I'm not, like, doing all the really fun things they like. But one of my favorite things to do as adults only is go during a festival, whether it's Food and Wine in the fall, Flower and Garden in the springtime. I like to go and take my time around the world getting snacks and drinks. And although my kids are also foodies in my footsteps and they love the $7 sliders, they could eat 10 of them and it gets very pricey. So I prefer to go when they're not with me. Or if they are down there on the trip with us, we usually leave them back for a date night. So Phil and I can kind of enjoy just strolling around and taking our time around the World Showcase. And I think it's a good time to experience it when you're with adults only. You just can kind of slow down. And if you can stay at an Epcot resort, it's even better because it just takes you 2 minutes to walk over there and you're right there to get all the yumminess. So
absolutely. I love the festivals.
Me too. Oh, and also at the festivals, they have a lot of seminars too that you can sign up for. So they have there's so many of them to list, but they have like wine tasting ones and ones where you can pair wine with cheeses or spirits with other things. So that's also another fun thing because you can't take the kids to those. So that's just something else you can check out as adults only. What about you, Lynn?
Well, my number 2 item is actually to take more time to experience your resort. A lot of times my husband and I will go to the parks early, come back around noon, hang by the pool. We'll take advantage of the concierge club if we're staying club level, and then later in the afternoon, we'll actually return to the parks after dinner for nighttime activities in the park. What is your third item, April?
Okay, so I mentioned doing a girls-only trip. Well, for the guys-only trip, why not check out one of the golf courses? There's 4 18-hole golf courses on property. So you can go and just golf to your heart's content. You don't have to worry about rushing back. You don't have to worry about the kids or your significant other. Just go and have fun. And if you don't want to do the 18 hole, well, there's actually miniature golf courses too. So you can just go and have fun with the guys and do miniature golf, not so labor intensive, and still have fun. So there's plenty of guy things. There's fishing that you can go on, and there's so many different excursions. So you can definitely have fun on property and just hang out with the guys.
Yeah. I've actually never been mini golfing at Disney. I feel like I can't even believe that I'm saying that, but it's one of the things that we've just never done. And we talk about it honestly, like before every single trip. And we're always like, hey, let's find time and go mini golfing. And then we just get so crazy busy that we never make it over there. But I need to go do that.
You definitely do. We've done 3 of the 4 mini golf courses. So we have one left, but that's like a harder course. So, and we're definitely very amateur. So we didn't try the harder one, but no, absolutely. And a lot of times with the package, you get the free mini golf tickets. I know. I really use them earlier in the day, but
I have no excuse because you get the free tickets.
You do use packages, so
I know. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Actually, they made a change last year, and you can actually now use the mini golf tickets in the evenings. So they're available all day now. Although I warn you, I'm awful at mini golf, so it's probably one of those things I'll never take advantage of.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. I didn't realize that it wasn't. And that helps because, definitely Florida gets warm in the afternoon. So you may not want to stand for 2 hours on a mini golf course in the middle of the afternoon.
Yes. But well, one of my next one would be go to Jelly Rolls. Jelly Rolls is on the boardwalk and it is adults only. It's a dueling piano bar and it is absolutely fabulous. There is a cover charge to get in. I can't remember exactly how much it was. I want to say it's like 15-ish to get in there. And you should definitely try to get there early during the evening. I think they might open around 7, and you kind of want to get there early if you want a table down front where everything is. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in the back standing, which is fine. But if you want a good table up front, you need to get there at a decent time. That is so much fun. They take requests all night. It's 2 guys playing the piano. Some nights they even have more than just 2 of them, and they're switching on and off and they're singing, and it's a great, great time. And obviously it's 21 and over, so you can't take the littles there. So it's a fun night. They do a lot of Disney songs. They do a lot of non-Disney songs, and it's a good time. That's high on my priority list when the kids are not with me.
That was on my list. I love the boardwalk area. So you get Jelly Rolls, go to Abracadabra, go get an ice cream. Oh my goodness, just love it. So good Jelly Rolls is a lot of fun.
Yep. What about you, Lynn? What's your next one?
My third item is actually to take in a dinner show. I've done the Hoop-Dee-Doo Review and the Spirit of Aloha dinner show. I honestly love those 2. And I know Hoop-Dee-Doo can be really fun for the kids, but honestly, sometimes the kids don't want to sit there through all of dinner and then all of the show, and they are a little pricey. So, like I said, they're fun for all ages, but this can be really fun for adults only. And if you're going as adults only, you can also take a little bit more advantage of those adult beverages if you like. So, April, what's your 4th item?
All right. Well, my next item in thinking for couples only, there's so many moments. You can have romantic moments on property, even though you're in theme parks and it's crazy and there's kids all around, whether you have kids, you left them at home or whatever. There's plenty of spots where you can go and just be a couple. You can take a romantic fireworks cruise. You can go have a nice signature meal. You can go walking through Fort Wilderness along the trails. There's so many places you can just enjoy. And even in the theme parks, there's nooks and crannies. Like I went there for my honeymoon many years ago, and I liked out behind Big Thunder Mountain. You can go and sit by the river, and there were chairs, and it was quiet. And even, believe it or not, Tom Sawyer Island is not so crazy with kids. So you can go over there if you want. You can find a nice nook. They have rocking chairs by the water. You can go sit and relax and just enjoy being outside and take in the scenery and the craziness around you when you're not in the middle of it. So whether you're in the theme parks or outside of the theme parks, you can definitely find moments as a couple to just enjoy. So I highly recommend it.
You can even take a carriage ride over in Fort Wilderness. It is something you have to book through another company, but they do them right there at Fort Wilderness. And you do have to make sure you plan a tip for them because that is expected. But I've done that in the past, and it was really nice. If it's a cool evening, they even have blankets for you. So it's really a very romantic experience.
Yeah, absolutely. We did a sleigh ride one Christmas in Fort Wilderness, and that's a lot of fun. Or you can do the carriage rides around Port Orleans that goes along the river. So, yeah, that's a great idea, too. All right, Whitney, you're up.
Well, mine kind of piggybacks on that, and it's not necessarily about an adult-only trip as a whole, but it's that even if you're on a family trip with all your kiddos, you should schedule a date night with your significant other. It's okay when you're on vacation to take a few hours and go without your kids. And some don't think that, and that's okay. You all do you. It's all right if you don't want to be without your kids. I personally live for date nights. I love my girls, but I live for date nights. So we usually have my in-laws with us. They take them one of the nights, but also Disney in the past has had some pretty awesome kids clubs to send your kids to. So we've done the Pixar Play Zone, which is no longer there right now. Now they do one at the Beach Club, which is Captain Hook theme. But those are amazing to take advantage of if your kids are, I believe it's 4 and over now. And go out for the night. Schedule a deluxe dinner to have. Go to a festival. Just walk around Epcot. Go ride all the rides that your kids are too short to ride or don't want to ride, that they're too scared to ride. And that's like, I tell everybody, if you're okay with having a date night and you want that, take advantage, because Disney, there's great places to do date nights. It's very underrated. People say, what do you do? What do you do date nights at Disney? I'm like, listen, I could go on and on and on about how much fun I have on date nights. So we thoroughly enjoy those.
And Whitney does like to go live on Facebook on her date nights.
Yes, I like to live feed my date nights. So.
But don't worry, it's G-rated.
Yeah, I'm usually pretty good when I'm in Disney with that, in regards to that. So, what about you, Lynn? What's next on your list?
So April kind of mentioned this earlier, but I would say consider a ladies only trip or a guys only trip. There's so many different things you can do. For the ladies, you can go over to the salon over at Grand Floridian, and you can get made to be a princess. If you want to go during Halloween time when they have Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, you could even have all your makeup done so you look like a princess. For the guys, you can do a guys-only trip, and April had mentioned the golf, so that would be one thing that I would also recommend. And I would just say just do a getaway with your friends. I actually did my 40th birthday like that with my friends, so which I'll be talking a little bit more later. But, take advantage of that. There's a lot of those water sports that you can do as well, which you probably wouldn't want to do with kids, especially if you have little ones, because it can be a little challenge. If you want to go on one of those, what do they call them? They're like skidoos, but that's the snow name for it.
Yeah, I think they're called the Sprite boats, or...
Oh, I remember it. They're called jet skis. So you could do those. You could even, go fishing, go on one of the pontoon boats. You can rent those for, a couple of hours and do something like that. So there's a lot of things that you may not think of that Disney that you can take advantage of. What is your next item, April?
All right. Well, I think one important area that's great for adults is go to Disney Springs. There are restaurants and bars and stores and just plenty of adult areas There's the new NBA experience that you can check out. You don't have to have a kid to go in it. And they're going to be opening the new Cirque du Soleil Drawn to Life show. We don't have an opening yet. It was supposed to be this spring. So hopefully that will be coming in the few months ahead. But there's plenty of opportunities. You can go to Splitsville and get a nice dinner and bowl a little bit. You can go to the movies where you can do a dinner and a movie. There is so much to do at Disney Springs. You can just spend a day, a half a day, or an evening there with just the two of you. And it'll definitely be a lot of fun without the kids, because then they're not nagging you to buy everything or buy all the ice creams. You can go and have the ice cream all to yourself. I like ice cream, so that's definitely something I would gravitate to. And you can have some adult beverages. They've got those there as well. Plenty to choose from. Dinner shows. Oh my goodness. Just go to Disney Springs and have some fun. Absolutely. All right, Whitney, what are your thoughts?
All right, so I would say go to a Disney After Hours event as adults only. Or even something like the Halloween party or the Christmas party. Probably the Halloween party. The Halloween party is my favorite one to go to without my kids, even though I also like to take them to that. But it's so much fun when you go as adults only, and especially those after hours events. They're pricey too, you know. So anytime you're not bringing your whole entire family to them, and you can go and enjoy them with just a couple of girlfriends or guy friends or whatever. It's going to be a little better on your pocket. But the after hours events, they have free water, soda, popcorn, ice cream novelties, and you can pretty much ride everything over and over. We did the Hollywood Studios one last year, which they're not currently offering, but we rode Slinky Dog Dash like 4 times in a row. And then we rode Tower of Terror a couple times. Unfortunately, that one was down for a couple hours during our trip or our night. But we rode Rock and Roller Coaster like 7 times in a row. And it was amazing. So I would highly recommend doing one of those after hours as adults only. You can get a lot of that good stuff done. So
April and I did the Villains After Hour event in January. No, it was December. Was it January? I forget. Either December or January. I think it was January. Oh, no, sorry. It was February. I forget. But we had so much fun. April's a huge Villains fan anyway, so that was already a draw for her. But I honestly have never seen the park as empty as it was. So that was really a plus. For us, we were able to go on any rides we wanted without any waiting. You do want to make sure that you do bring a backpack. I also recommend bringing some Ziploc bags to put the popcorn in, because it's unlimited popcorn. So you can, put it in a Ziploc bag and bring it back to your room and save it for another day. You can also bring in as many sodas or whatever. You can get as many of those you want in their bottles. So put those in your backpack. Then you'll have them for the rest of the week. But back in regards to the crowds again, when it came to the night show, I was at the area right in front of the ice cream place where those little tables are, because I needed to sit down. I have some back issues and I needed to rest for a little bit, and I was expecting the crowds to come in, so we were a little early. So I sat down there, and I'm fully expecting it to fill up, and they're getting closer and closer to showtime, and there's nobody around me. So I moved a little bit further up to that area where there's a pathway that goes horizontal to the stage. And there's some areas where you can sit down, but you're sitting backwards. So I sat there for a little bit, and I turned to watch the show from there. And I noticed that there's still nobody around. And the show's starting. So I said, okay, I'm going to go up a little further. I was able to get up as far as the Walt and Mickey statue is, and to be able to watch it from there. I did stand for part of it, but I could have sat the whole time. You wouldn't be able to see very well, but and then I sat there between that and the parade. And when it was time for the parade starting to come around, I literally walked up and was right in the front row. So there was no crowds whatsoever. There was nobody around me other than April. So it was really a really great experience and a very good value.
Oh, yeah.
It was awesome.
Yes, that's what we were doing, stocking soda and water in our backpacks.
Absolutely. We even brought some ice creams back, so we were able to put them in our freezer, and we had ice cream treats the next day. So that was a
Oh my
lot of
gosh,
fun. But
so funny.
oh my goodness, it was so worth it.
We had fun there, and I think I've been to 3 Mickey's Not So Scaries without my kids so far. But my girlfriends and I, we have fun dressing up and, coming up with themed costumes and stuff like that. So I like to do that also as adults.
Absolutely. It's absolutely worth
awesome.
it. You can ride the rides. You're not fighting the crowds. So easy to move around and you see everything. Absolutely 110% worth it. And I was a skeptic before we went to that event because it is at a price. You do have to have a special ticket for it. It's not your regular park ticket and it's only 3 hours. So I had to kind of say, is that worth it? 110% worth it. I would do it again. So that's a great choice. Absolutely.
Well, what's your last one, Lynn?
So my last one is to consider a special occasion with adults only. I mentioned that I did my 40th birthday. I had 7 friends come down. Some of them were down for the whole week. Some of them were only down there for a few days. For my actual birthday, I made matching shirts for everybody. And this was prior to cricket. I always want to call it cricket. But prior to the crickets being around and really being able to make cool matching shirts, I bought the iron-ons and made it with my computer, and I still have it, but it's not the greatest shirt in the world. But we had a lot of fun. We had a special dinner. We ate at Cinderella's Royal Table, and we did a whole bunch of rides together. I have some pictures of all of us in front of the castle. So consider a bachelor or bachelorette party to have down there, or make it a full trip, not just a party. Graduation from college, or even if you're an adult like me who gets their degrees really late in life, consider doing something like that. Or it could be an anniversary trip with your significant other, but consider that. Don't forget to get your special buttons that you're celebrating. But that would be my final item. Well, ladies, we've gotten through our 5 items for traveling as adults only. Are there any bonus items you'd like to add?
Well, I think one thing is just go and have fun. You don't have to have a set agenda. And I think that's one nice thing is going as an adult versus when you go with the kids, you know what their priorities are, and they may not always match up with what you have in mind. So it's go to the park and have fun and see where it takes you. If you want to do the little kid things, do the little kid things. If you want to do adult things, go eat and drink your way around Epcot, World Showcase. Just go in. You can, it's 5:00 somewhere, so you can start when the country's open at 11. No judgment. And you can work your way through each country. I know online there's different passports you can get, kind of not Disney sponsored, but little things that you can get to kind of mark off what country you tried out. Or you can do like the monorail loop, and they say the Highway in the Sky bar crawl, where you go and you do between the Grand Floridian and the Polynesian Resort and the Contemporary Resort. You go and ride the monorail around and have a little appetizer, have a little drink, or maybe a dessert, and try each of the little bars. And there's just so many moments. Or you don't even have to. As I said, you can go somewhere and just have an ice cream sundae. Again, back to the ice cream. Always an ice cream. Go to Beaches and Cream and get the kitchen sink sundae and live it up. Why not? Just have fun. Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know how we didn't talk about Highway in the Sky until an honorable mention. That's a good one. And you don't even have to pay for the one that Disney actually puts on, which is pricey. You could do it, on your own terms. Just do your little monorail crawl. But I would say, like I said before, if you can stay club level with your kids or without your kids, but if you can stay without your kids, it's really fun. And like last year for annual meeting, we came down and 4 of us spent one night at Boardwalk Club level. And my friend Lindsay, who's now an agent with us, we hadn't seen each other in years and years. And we literally did not leave the club level lounge like the whole entire day. We had all these plans to go to Hollywood's.
Aha, now I know why you were late for the meeting.
Yeah, we were late for the meeting. Sorry. It was just, we got caught. No, that was actually the next day. That was the next day. This was the first day when we didn't leave. And Joe, our friend, our cast member friend Joe, he just kept bringing us glasses of Prosecco while we were sitting there talking, and we were just catching up. But we still, every time we talk about our trips, we're like, oh, that was an amazing trip. Like, that was so awesome. We just got to sit there and hang out. We had snacks. We were in the nice air conditioning, and we were, just hanging and having a good time. So my biggest thing on adults trips, I feel, is you have to just go slow and take it all in.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be in a rush to meet every single character and ride every single ride. You can just kind of wing it and relax a little. So highly recommend sitting club level and letting them bring you some champagne.
That's important. Stop and smell the roses and relax. You don't have the kids. Relax. It's okay.
Yes.
No guilt.
Yeah.
I think my last recommendation would be, my bonus, I guess you could say, would be to take advantage of some of those signature restaurants. Go to Narcoossee's, go to Yachtsman Steakhouse. Yachtsman is one of my favorites. Let me tell you, they have the best roasted garlic I've ever had. Oh, nummy, nummy, nummy. And they will even package it, an extra one up for you to bring back. So I actually brought back some bread with that, and we had that another night, and it was so delicious. And I can never finish my steak anyway, so I'll even have some on my steak when I have that. But take advantage of those special signature restaurants. They are a little bit more pricey, so that's a good opportunity to take advantage of that when you don't have kids with you.
Yep. Yachtsman's my favorite. I just like to go on record. I love that restaurant.
I haven't eaten there yet.
Oh, I dream about it. Yes, it's so good. It's so good.
I think we've covered quite a bit. I mean, it's just, thinking of an adult trip and think about occasions like Lynn mentioned. You can go as couples, you can go as girls trip, guys trip, bachelor party, bachelorette party, gender reveals. There's just so many, or it doesn't even have to be an occasion. It can be just, again, a weekend away. Time off from work.
You mean like just a random weekend in May? It's fine.
Absolutely.
Hey guys.
Absolutely.
Just not that I know I'm supposed to be there Memorial Day, and I haven't cried about that yet, but
So in closing, we do want to thank you all for joining us for episode 3. Next week we will be switching things up and talking about our top 5 things to do in Universal Parks in Orlando. Have a great night. Just a reminder to be sure to check out the Walking Down Main Street blog. Many of the agents from Coasters and Castles Travel write articles and share fun information. That can be found on walkingdownmainstreet.com or by searching Walking Down Main Street on Facebook. We would love to hear from you. If there is a topic you would like to have us talk about, please feel free to email us at info@travelcnc.com. That's TRAVELCNC.com. A quick note about our sponsor. Coasters and Castles Travel is a full-service travel agency that specializes in Disney destinations, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, ocean and river cruises, and all-inclusive resorts. The agency has been awarded the Authorized Disney Vacation Planner status and the You Preferred Partner program with Universal Studios. The agency was also honored with the President's Award with Travel Leaders in 2019. Minutes are precious, so until we meet again, enjoy them with your friends and family.